Welcome to the Wrestling Replay. It's CATO here with another episode of the Wrestling Replay with your Monday Night Raw replay of the week. We got a lot of things to get into, so you know how we like to do. Under 10 minutes, a whole full Raw review. Let's go and get into it. Okay, now the show kicks off in a pretty decent fashion. You got MVP being confronted by Drew McIntyre, and that attack that he got last week by T-Bar and Mace. That only led to another attack by T-Bar and Mace on behalf of, I believe MVP. It looked like he's pulling the strings behind this, but he's also not claiming these guys to be inside the Hurt Business. That ended up leading to Drew McIntyre asking for a handicap match later on in the night, which he got. The one thing I like about this handicap match is that, you know, T-Bar and Mace had their moments where they were just dominant. Drew wasn't looking like, you know, the superhero that they, you know, built them up to be. So I like that with them hitting into this tag team division, because you need that dominant big tag team. Viking Raiders is pretty good, but they aren't the size of a T-Bar and Mace, right? So you need that dominant big man tag team going into this tag team division. So it made them look legit. Now, they did end up losing the handicap match via disqualification when they decided to ignore the referee count and just continue the attack on Drew McIntyre, which surprisingly led to Braun Strowman coming down, making a save for Drew McIntyre, leading to a tag team match. Ironically, Braun Strowman and Drew McIntyre would lose the tag team match to Mace and T-Bar by disqualification again when Drew McIntyre ripped off the mask and decided just to beat these guys with their own mask. I believe he ripped off Mace mask or T-Bar mask. One by it don't matter. But either way, these guys finally got demasked. They are who we thought they were the whole time. And Braun Strowman and Drew McIntyre began to beat these guys with their own masks. Now, I like the fact that T-Bar and Mace didn't back down from a challenge to somebody like a Drew McIntyre and a Braun Strowman. It makes them look pretty strong going into this tag team division. And I'm sure they won't be, you know, chasing the tag team titles anytime soon. But I could definitely see them getting a shot later on in the future, maybe sometime down the road this year. Now, another match that really caught my eye was the match of Asuka and Charlotte Flair. Now, Charlotte came out and did another hell of a promo where she pretty much put the women on notice again, letting them know, like, hey, I'm the woman around here. I'm the queen. I'm who everyone came to see. I'm who everybody talked about. Even without being at WrestleMania, everyone talked about me during WrestleMania weekend. Now, that led to the match between Asuka and Charlotte Flair, which surprisingly, Asuka managed to pin Charlotte Flair with a little assistance from Rhea Ripley, but nonetheless, it's still a win in the books with Asuka getting that victory over Charlotte Flair. Now, I don't know what this means for Charlotte Flair. I mean, we hear some rumors and things that's going on behind the scene. We'll talk about that a little bit later, and then let's talk about the segment, but Asuka, granted, it's still a big win, and she's gonna, of course, be facing Rhea Ripley for the title, and that's a lot of momentum for Asuka heading into that matchup. I don't know if she'll regain her title, but I could definitely see Charlotte Flair, definitely jumping and interfering in that match once again like she did before. Now, speaking of the women and the champions, we've seen the tag team champions actually lose a tag team match to Lana and Naomi. Lana and Naomi is a fun, energetic tag team that I love to see. Like, these are the type of people that you want to see on screen. You want to follow them on Instagram. You want to see what they're doing on social media. They're always having fun. They're just like huge ball of charisma, right? Now, they managed to get the pin over Nia Jackson, Shayna Baszler, because Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose actually came down and started to interfere distract the tag team champions during their match, which led to Lana and Naomi being able to get this victory. Now, what that also does is say, hey, these two women hold a pinfall victory over your tag team champions. If these two can't lock in and focus, we could be looking at new women tag team champions, and that could be a fun tag team champion, a fun duel going into the summertime. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see new tag team champions. What they'll also do is allow other tag teams such as the Mandy Rose and Dana Brooks and the Riot Squads and your Natalya and Tamia to actually, have a more of a fighting chance at beating Alana and Naomi. Not saying that, these two aren't good, but they aren't as dominant as Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. So if you finally get those two out the way, which I think the women's tag team division would love to do, this now open up the opportunity for multiple women tag teams to go ahead and have a chance to grab those tag team titles. Rolling right along with the tag teams, we're going to go into the former tag team champions, Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander, losing once again to the Viking Raiders. It's sad to say, man, I think Cedric and Benjamin are actually falling back into their old ways of kind of just jobbing out matches, doing some, work here and there. I don't think they're going to get back to that dominant tag team or as good at that tag team that they were when they was actually a part of the Hurt Business. I think we're looking at these guys taking a back seat. I hope that don't lead to Cedric and Benjamin breaking up, because the men desperately need tag teams. But I could see them two breaking up, having a little feud, and then Benjamin kind of going about his way, and them not knowing what to do with Cedric Alexander, who is a great talent. Hopefully they can find a niche for him to fall into, kind of like they did with Apollo Crews on SmackDown. Not saying necessarily that exact thing, but just find something to do where he's able to be on screen, he's able to gain momentum. We also got to see Elias and Kofi Kingston go at it one-on-one. Elias actually managed to pick up the pin. That was pretty good, man. He had the elbow drop off the top rope. This is the momentum that Elias needs to start gaining, man. Elias is someone who I feel like should have been an Intercontinental Champion, a U.S. Champion about 5 times now already. I don't understand why his career is really, it feel like at a stall, but he's good in the ring. He's good on the microphone. He looks great. I don't understand why somebody like him hasn't already, captured gold multiple times. Now him and Jackson together, it looked like they're still gelling. They really don't seem to fit, too well. They look good together, but I don't know. Something just seems off about it. But hopefully, they can get over that. I said the same thing about Miz and Robert Roode, but hey, they look. Miz Dolph and Robert Roode, and they look great now. So maybe these two can get on the same page, and we can actually start to see them gain some momentum in that men's tag team division, because I think the men's tag team division is hurting right now. To be Damian Priest and the Miz went at it one-on-one. It looked like Damian Priest got a big victory over the Miz. This is exactly what he needs, man. Sheamus is the United States champion. We've seen him destroy Humberto. He laid the open challenge, not for his title. Humberto accepted, and he just got completely destroyed. But a guy like Damian Priest getting that victory over the Miz, someone who has been multiple Intercontinental Champion, World Champion, Tag Team Champion, that's a really big win for someone like Damian Priest. That puts him right up there in the ranking system to face someone like Sheamus for that title, for that U.S. title when it's time. Finally, for the big win of the night, the big win of the night goes to Matt Riddle. Like I've been saying for weeks now, that United States Championship, it holds a certain prestige. And when you are a champion or a former champion, you show that you can go toe-to-toe with former world champions or the current world champion. So Matt Riddle defeating someone of the status of a Randy Orton, who's looking to regain that world title himself, someone who was just a world champion not too long ago, that just shows the caliber of guys that is holding the United States title. Remember, Sheamus is also a former world champion as well. So Matt Riddle getting this win, man, it's huge, not just for Matt Riddle in his career, but it's huge to me for that United States title scene, because now it make it believable for guys like a Randy Orton, per se, to hold that United States title, and it wouldn't seem like a step down. Granted, it just wouldn't seem as such, because now you got guys of world title stature and status holding the United States title. So I think we're going to end up seeing a nice feud between Matt Riddle and Randy Orton. There's no way the Viper's going to take that line down, especially when he doesn't even know who Matt Riddle is. He doesn't even know his name. So this is a feud I'm going to be very entertained on. We're still waiting to see what's going to happen with the Fiend. Alexa Bliss came. She did her promo about Lily and who Lily was and how she'd been with her since she was a little kid. I'm still disappointed in the way that they used the Fiend and Alexa Bliss at WrestleMania. I think the Fiend could have been a dominant character going forward, but now I don't know if I really care to see the Fiend ever again. I don't know if I want that character to be Bray Wyatt anymore. I would love Bray Wyatt to come back with his Wyatt family, with Bo Dallas, and those two just go and destroy the tag team division. Maybe grabbing another big guy that they can add to the roster. Maybe Eric Rowan, if they can get him back, if he can stay healthy. I don't know, something like that. But to me, they kind of killed the Fiend character a little bit, unless somehow they got some good writing. Unless they get some good writing back there, I don't know what would draw me personally back into the Fiend and that story. And now without the Fiend, I'm kind of don't really care about Alexa Bliss and her character anymore. So hopefully they can get everything back on track with that. But that was everything that went on Monday Night Raw. That was a replay. I'll post everything in a full description down below so you know who won what match. Kind of give you an idea of exactly what happened and what went on. All right. But make sure you stay tuned. We're going to keep following the storylines and see everything that's going on. But let's talk about a little bit of what we would like to see. I would like to see a Randy Orton feud with Matt Riddle. I would love to see Bobby Lashley to go ahead and defeat Drew McIntyre again and let him move on to another challenger. I don't want this to be a situation where we see Drew McIntyre lose the title, regain the title, lose the title, regain the title throughout the whole year. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would like to see someone else to have a good long run and show that they can, put the company on their back or put Monday Night Raw on their back. And I think Bobby Lashley is a good guy who can demonstrate and do that. With T-Bar and Mace constantly getting in the way, Drew McIntyre is going to have to go ahead, set back, eliminate these guys first anyway. So maybe him and Braun can team up and do that. With Randy Orton fighting Matt Riddle, that leaves the door wide open for a new challenger to come in and challenge Bobby Lashley for that world title. That leaves room and opportunity for a big surprise. Finn Balor did just lose his NXT title, so maybe he'll come back up. I don't know. But if the storyline goes like I think like it should, that'll leave the door wide open. It really wouldn't make sense for the Fiend right now to go after Bobby Lashley, especially not after his last outing. He hasn't really had a good outing in a while, so I don't see it being Bobby Lashley. I don't see it being the Fiend going after Bobby Lashley. What else? What else do we want to see? I would like to see Lana. Man, you know what? For the longest, I was saying Lana needs a hero. She needs someone to come and save her. It ended up being Asuka, which didn't make any sense. I thought it was going to kind of be Charlotte Flair. That didn't happen, but now it looked like she fell into a nice little niche and nice little groove with the return of Naomi. I wouldn't mind seeing Lana and Naomi actually win a women's tag team championship. I think they're fun to watch. I think they'll be very entertaining, and I think they'll be believable underdogs to be able to beat the champions. I think the champions will have to take a step back, and they'll have to handle the challenge that is Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke, the interruption that constantly distracts them, while Naomi and Lana can go to SmackDown and defend their titles for a couple of months and hopefully have a nice long run before we get new women tag team champions. The men's tag team division, I still think they need to get a little bit stronger. I like what I see now T-Bar and Mace so far, though. They look really good. I think they're a long way from actually being tag team champions. And I want to see what's going on with the tag team champions. I would like to see AJ and Omos actually, fight more, or at least let Omos fight one-on-one matches or something. I want to watch him improve in real time. I want to see him get better week after week after week. I want to make sure we have something really good on our hands. And if we do, I want to see the development of him getting better. For me, that's exciting anyway. It's like kind of like watching the rookie player on your favorite team, watch him go from being a rookie to like that superstar, from being like really good and then being a really good college player and rookie to being a really good NFL player. You know what I'm saying? So I think that would be pretty cool. But other than that, that's where I see Monday Night Raw going. We'll be breaking down AEW and SmackDown soon, so make sure you check out those videos. Check out any past videos that you see. Hit me in the comment section and DM if you think you want to see a certain storyline go a certain way. What do you think would be awesome to watch? I would love to hear your intake on things. I would love to see what you guys think about stuff. And I'll respond to everything I get. Make sure you're following the Wrestling Replay on Instagram at the Wrestling Replay. Pretty simple. We'll be starting a giveaway in May. Yeah, we'll start a giveaway in May. I don't know if I want to do a replica title or just merch. Because if I do merch, of course, multiple people can win. If I do a title, I think I kind of want to save that for something like maybe like a Royal Rumble, something like that. Something big. I want to save it for like a real big event. So I'll probably do merch for the summer. Just constantly get that stuff away. Whatever type of merch you guys like. So make sure you follow the replay on Instagram because that's the only place we're going to be actually showing and doing the actual contest. So if you're not following, you'll miss out. All right. Man, I think I had a notification on the screen the whole time. I didn't even notice. I'm not doing the video again. This is like my third time doing it. So you're going to have to deal with it. All right. Before I get, I don't know if you, let me step back so you guys can see it a little bit. This is a Dream Match Wrestling shirt, right? Check out Dream Match Wrestling. These shirts are awesome. I have a few actually. And every time he's able to sell some, I definitely grab some. So make sure you follow them on Instagram as well. But that about does it for us. That's the whole replay. Let me know what you guys think. That's all I really got for you this week. I'm signing out. CATO. Peace.